the great rivalries and the last chance to end the tournament with a smile on their faces. Brazil, well, they came up a little bit short against France yesterday. It was their first defeat of the tournament, whereas Argentina had battled so hard to get to the semi-finals, but came up against a very strong Iranian team less than 24 hours ago. Great news, great volleyball days, need great volleyball company, and we have got that today in the form of Mark Perkins. Mark, how are you, and how much are you looking forward to this?
Hey, Dave. Yeah, this is a cracking game. As you said, it's one of the ages of the history of volleyball that these two teams clash. And you mentioned yesterday in one of the games talking about how all these great teams currently in the main men's competition have all started here. So we are going to see some of the youngest, greatest players go at it. And as you said, Brazil flying through the semi-final, then losing, and Argentina having to fight hard. It's almost kind of their story of their men's national team at the moment as well, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, certainly is. And look, I love this age group as well, because we are going to see some absolutely magnificent plays. Sometimes we're going to have to remind ourselves that they are 15, 16 years of age. But other times, when those errors and those vulnerabilities come in, it is a stark reminder of just how fresh these young players are in their volleyball careers. But look, you and I, Mark, we've been at the Volleyball Nations League this year, and we have seen that teams are giving opportunities to players who are younger and younger and younger. So if you have a good tournament here for your national team, then who knows where you could be 1, 2, 3 years down the line.
Yeah, I mean, you look from afar here on the camera angle, you look at these, you don't go, right, these are just 15 or 6-year-old young lads. Boys still, effectively, as you're calling them. But when you get up close and personal, they're still 6 foot, they're still 6'4", 6'5",
yeah.
And they are absolute big units nowadays as well. So we know from the past few games how both these two teams are going to play, and it's very much like their men's national team would. Very aggressive, and it's all going to be all about that spirit and that heart they play with. But as you said, it's tournament volleyball as well, so they're having to experience this over the series of the last few days of having to go back to back to back to games, and it's a real good learning for the mentality of these players, for the coaches to see, as well as the physical elements of the game.
Well, there was a break after the round of 16, but all of these teams have gone quarter-final, semi-final, and now final. 3 games in 3 days. It is far from easy, but they are full of quality, fitness, the exuberance of youth, and they will not be feeling that fatigue at all. They want to get out there today. They want to end this tournament on a high. It is the bronze medal final between Argentina on the left-hand side, Brazil on the right-hand side. Now it's time to meet our referees and hear the anthems ahead of the game.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are waiting for the national anthem of Argentina. Senza quest'ala, questo è un buco in attuale del cinema in Argentina.
The anthem's over. Now it's time for the action. The second time these teams have met through the net in these Under-17 Boys World Championships. Last time, it was a 3-0 win for Brazil, but Argentina have not let obstacles like that stop them. They also lost in the pool phase, 3-0 to Poland, only to reverse that score, 3-0 in the playoffs. They have shown themselves as a big game team. Well, look, Mark, you have been involved with the game a long time, and you're no longer an under-17, although I'm sure those were glory days in your career. But you've coached at this level. You've worked with a lot of young players who are on their journey to where they want to be. But at this stage of a player's development, what are the keys here? What are the non-negotiables that you would expect from your players as a coach, from your teammates as a player?
Well, they will have a game plan coming into this, given obviously how the game went last time. So they'll be looking at sticking to that, working together. But also, every single player comes on court and off court is that taking that personal responsibility, going, right, you're in this now. They are effectively young men at this stage. The coach is empowering them to make the decisions, make the choices. It's not going to be led by the coach saying, right, hit line now, hit cross, and telling them where to go. It's that decision-making and that personal responsibility they're going to want to see develop here. And at this level, this is higher than a kind of UK level or the European level in that state, that these players also have seen and have grown up in that culture, that responsibility, they know how important it is. The likes of Bianchi there, for example, their top point scorer, he knows there's responsibility on his shoulders he's got to take, and it's whether he can now step up against this game against Brazil.
It is an unchanged lineup. Ganino and Yokutsi in the middle, the two Alonso twins opposite and outside. Bianchi, the danger man, through the outside. Vera will set, and the incredibly energetic DeMarco will be the libero. Bianchi's tended to grow into games, feel as though Argentina will want him to have a fast start today and really stamp his authority quickly. Well, what about this Brazilian team then? They are still yet to fill out. Of course they are. They're 15 and 16 years of age, but they are a tall team, and they offer threats all over the court. That man, Lorenzo, one of those real threats, a full court player through the outside. Artur offers real danger through the opposite, and both middle blockers, should I say, both with Lucas on their back, wearing number 6.
Well, if you've got the name Lucas, you're a middle player for Brazil.
Yes,
there is something about that that's pretty special. And you mentioned Artur the opposite. He's very similar to, he's like their key player compared to Bianchi from Argentina, the way they line up and the responsibilities. But imagine being a young Brazilian and get to don that shirt and come and represent your country here. It's like, even like gives you your goosebumps on your arms just saying it and thinking it and imagining it.
Marcelo Zeni, the man who's been trusted, as we've often seen in these Under-17 Boys World Championships. You've got coaches who are entrusted with a lot of the age groups to really develop the young talent. Same on both sides of the net. It's the bronze medal match in the Boys Under-17 World Championships in Doha. Brazil receiving, Argentina serving, two of the most famous jerseys in sport, and what a start for Bianchi. Wanted him to have a fast start. He's got it with a block.
Well, those two big players we talked about going head-to-head, and actually it's that outside hand that does a really good job, which is why the ball lands on the opposite side of the court.
Juan Manuel Alonso to serve. Ooh, it's a little loosener. Get the shoulder warm.
Get those out of the way now.
Yes.
That's a little bit of nerves and just getting that feed right.
Pedro, the captain, the setter. Real energizer for the team. It's a bit more on that, so Vera can have a look. Goes to the middle, and it's well dug. Free ball here for Argentina. Vera has another look, pushes it out wide. Brazil defending well, as are Argentina. Got some real hustle both sides of the net. Good chance now for Brazil to finish, but it's a paintbrush, and it can't make art. Fantastic rally. And it's Bianchi that finishes.
Well, good hustle. You just see just how different the game is at this level. Just the scrambling around, that confidence of knowing who's where to pick that ball up from Argentina early on. But a lovely finish from Bianchi there.
Ganino just flicks the net on the way through. The pass is good. So is the block touch. Oh, what an up! Oh, that's unbelievable. And the recycle. Can Lorenzo finish? Oh, yes, he can.
The slightest of reaction of that right arm just inside the 3-meter line, picking that ball up, and then puts out a nice little set up. Lorenzo on the angle, gets the better of the block this time.
And Lorenzo serving. He's got a bit of extra fizz on his serve, but it's a lovely ball to the middle. Argentina playing quickly.
You mentioned at the start about the height of the middle. We know how effective the Argentinians have, and actually that's a very much like a Lozère kind of style swing there, a movement.
Pedro doing well to keep that ball off the net. Over on 2, but Vera caught a big chunk of that. And then that ball caught a big chunk of the net, so Argentina pick up a breakpoint lead.
Got away there. That wasn't necessarily the right choice, especially, and he knows that as well. You can see him frustrated with that second ball over.
Another good block touch. Argentina reading the Brazil offense well. And then a swing off the hands. Bianchi's really hit the ground running.
Well, given how the game went early on, going down 25-19, 15 and 21 in the 3 sets, they know they've got to get a good start here.
Alonso with the serve. It's not quite working to the middle for Brazil in the early part of the game. Oh, more great defense. Alonso bunts it out, and a free ball for Brazil. Oh, look at that. DeMarco. It's another free ball. Surely Brazil put it away this time. The pipe attack is beautiful. Lorenzo.
Well, you can roll back any video of any Brazilian team, and this pipe attack is such an important tool. Lorenzo coming in here, the takeoff as well, and that movement, stunning.
It's a service error that follows it up. Bianchi, captain, talisman. It's already on 3 points. Bit of a misunderstanding there. Luca wasn't back on his feet and ready to play that ball, but he is ready to assist the block.
Well, Bianchi coming in on the right side this time. Tries to go inside on the hands.
Artur. A great first touch. Vera recovers well, and the swing, oh, so good. Off speed, off the block, on the floor.
Well, here we see it in slow motion. It wasn't the easiest ball in with that bump set. But here he's gone slightly higher on the outside hand, looking for that deflection.
Oh, here we go. Artur.
His hang time and his leap is sensational. Look how far back he is when he starts his approach. And that contact point is remarkable.
And the serve pushes Argentina out wide. That's just really well done by Juan Manuel Alonso.
I was going to say, Alonso does a stunning job coming in here and actually keeping that ball in for his twin to use off the hands. It's that second touch is stunning.
Three-point lead remains. João tries to pick out Lorenzo. God, what a winner.
Well, to get past the Argentinian libero, it's got to be something special. And he looks just so cool and calm on this, so nonchalant in the way he goes about this. 2 little steps in, wraps his hand over the top.
Well, if he starts going on the left and Artur goes on the right, Brazil are going to be just fine. Especially if they can take advantage of chances like this. Unlucky. Lorenzo aiming for the corner.
You think on that time there he would normally go across on the 5, but you can see the last moment just turns his hips and his shoulders to shake that ball down the line, but overcuts it on the right-hand side of the ball.
Oh, that goes to the middle. Lucas showing us what he can do.
Well, they have a little bit more height and reach than the Argentinians do through the middle.
Back round to Pedro. To a shaky start, Brazil very much back in the fight. But Alonso has other ideas.
Good pressure ball, push that ball deep to the corner. Noses a gap there, harder to defend.
10-7, Ganino to serve. Great block, great block.
Well, the position of the block is really good here. But again, it's another one down the line. You want to see him really drop that thumb, get that ball on the angle. He knows that's a better option for him. He's now back-to-back swings down the left-hand side with errors.
It's led to a timeout, 11-7. Well, Brazil have had their moments. Trying to get back into this game. 4-point deficit already in set number 1. And a nice side out. Exactly what the coach will have wanted.
The height of the set, the block's got time to get there, but they just can't get anywhere near the reach of the hands.
Lorenzo. Everything so crisp, so clean for Argentina right now. Alonso. 3 points in quick succession for the young man.
It's a little bit more clinical as well from Argentina.
That's pretty clinical as well.
I mean, if Lorenzo's going to have a couple of errors out, they're just going to put the ball to the middle, they're going to put it to the right-hand side. Brazil have so many options. And the height advantage they have, as you mentioned at the very start of this game, how powerful that is for them to use.
Lucas. Oh, Vera. He had an idea in his head of what he wanted, and that wasn't it.
That's the second time. The ball was a little bit too tight. The angle of the ball was dropping right on top of the tape.
Brazil back within 2. Great response since the timeout. 4-point deficit's been halved. Oh, it's back to 3. Thanks to Bianchi.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. Third time lucky here for Bianchi. Watch the change of this hand action here. Almost like a no-looky down the line. The block was just starting to creep in a little bit. Smart play by the Argentinian captain.
Here he is serving. He's given that a bit extra. It's been dealt with really well. Oh, Bianchi blocked. Good reactions at the net. And another Great recycle. Argentina just playing the more intelligent volleyball. But a lot of clinical attack, so a chance for Artur, and a chance that he takes.
Well, Argentina having to think a little bit more because that block is right over the top of them. When the ball gets tight, the hands are so far over. It just takes away so many meters of angle they've got to use. Then that roll shot over, just too easy for Brazil to pick up.
Artur, 3 points, all from attacks for him. Not yet halfway through set number 1. Oh, off the hands. Alonso from deep. It's lovely stuff.
There's a lot of variety coming in now for Argentina. They're not just going to rely so much on Bianchi all the time. Also, it's that game management as well. It's that shoulder can only manage so much. I mean, we see the likes of Leon and Amir and people like that who can put out 40 points a game. Yes, at this level, it's a little bit different.
I saw that Bella Haak scored 52 points in the women's Euro volley earlier. Net touch called against Vera. Freebie for Brazil. Luca, he's been one of the unsung heroes of the campaign. Another swing from deep, dug this time by Joao Lorenzo. Oh, as he reached over to there. No, well, a net touch has been called. They're going to have to challenge this.
It wasn't necessarily the right decision to pump that ball so high and tight on the net. But it's whether net touch has come in first before and whether actually Lorenzo got a touch on the ball. His reach is so high and over. I thought the second ball option there, I thought he was going to pop that up on a backcourt 10.
The thing with Bianchi here is he's arguing with the referee, but don't argue, just challenge.
Well, if he doesn't get anything from the first referee, I'll try the second referee.
Yeah, I've tried, Dad. Now it's time to ask Mum. I mean, Brazil are back within 1, but that is a peculiar point, and Lorenzo's very much got away with it. We'll never know now whether or not there was a touch on the ball. Vera can't complain that he didn't touch the net because he did. And that's a good response.
That's something that the coaches have been looking for, especially when it's those things that when decisions go against you, the frustrations. It's easy, especially at this age, that testosterone, just to run through the body and go, right, I'm just going to hammer this as hard as I can. A little bit of maturity coming in then was really nice to see.
Still a breakpoint lead for Argentina, but Brazil edging closer and closer. Well played. Proper libero work. Oh, they've had a few of those lovely off-speed shots, haven't they, Mark? Where
it's
they've
a lovely
really
way
used
to
the
play
Brazilian block.
Yeah, and they know that they can't. They're not going to go through this block. It's just too big for them to deal with. They've got to work around it. The subs bench are absolutely loving it as well from Argentina.
Yeah, they've been so energetic all tournament. Into the net from Vera. Just keeps Brazil close enough to be dangerous. But they need to find some break points, some points on serve. DeMarco stepping into set, and they're using the hands so well. Argentina. It was Alonso this time.
Yeah, he has 2 swings, but the second one is a little bit further away from the net for him, so he's got the ball in front of him. He can see where that block is, and actually can make his decision easier. If he gets a little bit too tight to the net, the block is just such more of an impact to them, and he limits his options.
Juan Manuel Alonso serves a little shorter. Lorenzo can only find the hands to send it high. Joao's there. So Lorenzo again off the net, again swinging aggressively.
That's what we want to see from Lorenzo there. That's where that power comes in. Then when it's time to move to the line. But when he's coming inside, he has to stay with his shoulders. He has to go down the side of the block. He's got so much angle to play with. And the height of his contact point here, he can get the top spin over the top of it.
We are getting closer and closer to the red zone. Brazil have been as many as 4 points behind. They've not led in this first set. But that's a 1-point game now. Rare error from Alonso, aiming for those high hands.
That's one of the dangers when you do try and find those high hands. If you don't connect the ball correctly.
Argentina timeout, 1-point game. Well, as expected, as we hoped, we've got quite the contest on our hands here.
Well, given the fact that Brazil have only lost 5 sets the whole tournament, Argentina know that they've got a real battle on their hands. They need to make early impact, which it starts off with really good.
Pedro to get us back underway. Oh, plenty on that serve. That's really well done by Alonso, especially coming off the back of an error.
Yeah, so cool and calm here on that connection. Almost misleads the block where he's going and then just shapes up.
Nazare coming in as a service sub. He's a middle for a middle though. What an impact! Ace service!
Brilliant work on the angle, and that's such a tight one as a defender, going across your right-hand side, moving across your body. It's so tough to read.
That will be a Brazilian timeout. They're in trouble again. It's 19-16. Nazare off the bench, making an impact. 2 points in a row for Argentina, causing Brazil to call that timeout. That's a better pass. Good block as well. Oh, a great block. Bianchi revving up the crowd.
Remember, the first point of the game was a Bianchi block, that outside hand. Gets a position here, middle blocker moves back again. Look at the outside hand, that's almost a one-handed block as well. But really nice press, good push back into court.
2016. It is absolutely not over, but this is a potentially set-defining service run from the replacement. Lovely work from Enzo. What a swing, great angle.
And as you mentioned, it's a really, really important point there. Being down by 4, especially after holding them back to a 1-point game earlier on.
That was Lorenzo with the serve. Another line shot from Alonso.
Well, they know they have to work the ball here. We've only seen, like I said, they're a little bit more clinical in some of their attacks. They're having to use the block really well here.
Since he's made that hitting error, he missed the hands, he has been largely flawless, and that was flawless as well. Enzo popping up on both sides. Cool. Lucas. Oh, good leave. Good leave.
You're right, it's a really good lead, but you kind of want to make sure from Brazilian point of view there that ball's going into court here, not giving away unforced errors from the service line.
(22-18).
Oh, they've got it.
Oh, it's an ace! Oh, the celebration from Desotti there, the Brazilian libero. He was convinced that the ball was out. He'd be a great actor. Are they going to challenge this? Oh, No challenge. So in these Boys U17 Championships, ball in out is one of the things that you can challenge.
It was the top spin, just bring the ball down at the very last moment. It's only caught the back of the line.
Well, that is Bianchi, the first man in the ABS club. 3 attacks, 2 blocks, 1 service ace. Massive contribution for his 6 points at both ends of the set.
It's not been a slow start that you said about for him, was it?
No. Another good serve. Forced the overpass. It's not an ace, but it may as well be.
Nothing Pedro could do there.
Set points. 6 of them, in fact. Ooh, the double bouncer. Nearly, but not quite.
Yeah, Brazil was 16-17. They got it back to that 1 point, and then Argentina just pulled away.
Enzo serving to stay in the set. A side out will do it here for Argentina. Vera has tried to do it on his own, and that is 3rd time unlucky for the young setter. Going over the net on 2. Fortunately for him, they've got another few bites at the cherry. This for the sets. No. Luan. There's a couple in a row for Brazil. No need for Argentina to panic just yet, but they absolutely cannot take this for granted.
Luan only played a couple of points in their reverse game earlier on.
Timeout, no surprise. Argentina need to get this done. Two set points defended by Brazil. A couple more goes for Argentina. And they only need one. 25-21. The team swap ends. Argentina, very, very impressive for large parts of that first set. Your thoughts, Mark Perkins?
Well, after a great start from them, led by Bianchi, Brazil got themselves back, as I mentioned, to 16-17, but I've loved the maturity, especially from Alonso after that error, just to go really and work the ball well, put the pressure on, and actually now Brazil have really got to work this game. They've got to find some rhythm, but they've also got to try and work out how Argentina are going to start to change the way they play as well.
enjoy the highlights. We'll be back with set number 2. No surprise that it's the Argentinian flags. Bit of waving after that first set. I mean, goodness me. I mean, we don't like to tempt fate. Fate does not like to be tempted, and it certainly won't be on Argentina's mind, but having already turned around 1-3-0 defeat to a victory against Poland, and to be one set up here, the idea of coming away from these World Championships with a medal is very much alive. Where do you think Brazil need to improve after what you saw in that first set, Mark?
Well, it's that defensive position around the block, because they know Argentina has started to move it a little bit more. It's then, when we look at the error counts coming in for them, Brazil actually only scoring on 13 points compared to Argentina's 16. And they've obviously given away not so many on the error count from their attacks, but they just weren't able to ground as many balls away.
Great work by Pedro. He got the game underway in the second set. Not really seen Argentina go from backcourt much. That might be a reason why.
Yeah, didn't get a hand over the top of that one at all. More cutting it across the left-hand side.
Oh, and an ace service. What a start from Brazil.
Maybe there's something about that left-hand side of the court. Maybe there's something happening there.
Yes. Just make sure you win the toss for the decider, if that's the case. Pedro. It's another good serve. It's better dealt with, though. Bianchi into the block. Well watched by Ganino. Oh, Brazil absolutely rampant. Lorenzo makes it 3-0.
Well, Lorenzo, they know how powerful he is on that left side, and we've seen obviously a couple of those errors on the attacks, but he's, again, once he's gone back on the angle and using that height and that wrist away, his potential will start to increase for Brazil.
Bianchi. Oh, hitting error from him as well. Argentina in a real spot of bother here.
We've seen Bianchi actually change his shape the ball like he's done there. He's just looked to kind of catch that off the arm of the block on the way out.
Timeout called. Brazil lead by 4. Well, this is the first real test of the day for Argentina. They are back out on court. First of the two teams. It's not just the physical test, it's the mental test, isn't it? We have seen a number of occasions, even in these playoff games, teams just lose their heads a little bit, then all of a sudden a 4-point deficit turns to a 7, turns to an 11, and the set's over. Brazil with a real chance here for a 5-0 lead. Lorenzo!
I thought for a second, but there is a challenge coming in. The coach has gone talking to the referee.
Referee will address the crowd. So they believe they have spotted a net touch now. We'll be hoping, or they will certainly be hoping, that this is in expectation, not desperation. But there was a little bit of a scramble. Ball around the net a couple of times. Because 5-0 looks very good for Brazil. It does not look good at all for Argentina. Best case scenario, it's 4-1 and they get to serve. Lorenzo's moved to, well, joint top of the scoring charts with Alonso, 7 points, all from attacks. So watch this net. Oh, nearly, but not quite. Thought that Enzo's elbow may have touched it on the way down, but not guilty, Your Honor. It is Brazil 5, Argentina 0.
There's always that bit of movement on the net ahead of that, which is kind of maybe why the coach is thinking he's seen something with the net moving. But it's also, as we talked about those timeouts before, doesn't necessarily use the timeout here. It's just kind of delaying it a little bit for Brazil.
What a service run from Pedro. He's given that a bit extra as well. DeMarco, it's forced out wide. And that is such an important point.
Well, credit first of all for this. Yeah, credit for the serve actually going in after that long delay. But this time, it's just about mindset for Argentina. Just make sure you get the point, look for the fingers. Make life harder for Brazil there. Now it's just a point at a time. Forget the scoreboard.
Ganino. It's a good dig. These are the chances that they'd like to start taking. Oh, it's in. Bianchi has hit the ball in. He was really flirting with the baseline there.
He doesn't go too aggressive here on the inside. Just make sure his hand contact is the right place. Knows that deep 6 is the place to go as well with this Brazilian defense.
So 2 points in a row for Argentina. Big chase, big effort, but not quite enough.
We see this with the Brazilian teams of old, and even like, for example, on the beach, a high looping ball out wide. You know where it's going, but it's still knowing that and actually being able to defend it is a whole other story.
Lorenzo. Oh, what a block. What a block. Lucas.
Perfect precision in that reading. Doesn't need to move too much. Just watches.
5-point lead restored. The ball's over on one. These Brazilians absolutely rampant. Enzo was denied. Lucas was not, but he's played the ball on the Argentinian side of the net. What a let-off for the boys in blue and white.
Yeah. Brazil hadn't even challenged that one. Lucas just needed to wait a little bit, just let the ball bounce off his hand at the net and drop down. He had loads of court to play with.
Now another chance for Argentina to close the gap. But Bianchi's dug. Much better defense from Brazil. Oh, little flippy-dippy-do. A good recycle from Bianchi. Vera cleans the hands. Bianchi had to come inside. Oh, how about that from Luca?
Well, Argentina frustrated, thinking that ball's gone out. Obviously, the line call is being called here. There is a challenge coming in from Argentina for a line.
Oh, it's well in.
And that's a waste of a challenge. Well, it's something like that. It's that's back to back. That's their challenges used up already. We're only 8-3 in. Quite sure why he'd gone for that one.
Oh, and a rotation error. It does not rain, it pours for Argentina.
Well, they've had that timeout. They've had their two challenges. They now need somebody on court to step up here.
Well, they're going for their second time out. So that is an empty board after 12 points. Well, Brazil wanted a response. Goodness me, have they got one. It all started with Pedro's 5-point service run at the start of the set. It's now Lucas's turn. So if Argentina side out here, they've gone point for point since that initial service run. It feels like the damage is done because other than going to the bench, Argentina have got nowhere to go now. They've got no challenges left. They've got no timeouts left.
They've also got Bianchi on the back line serving, so he hasn't really used that pipe that much. So they're having to rely now across the board on the rest of the team on the front line.
Good ball. Oh, DeMarco does well. Juan Manuel Alonso can't hit the deck. But these Brazilians, every single one of them, feels like they can hit the floor. Whether it's Luca, whether it's Lorenzo, whether it's Artur, whether it's either of the Lucases.
Again, know that angle is there. They've hit that so many times.
Enzo. Close, not quite. Last two serves have gone long for Brazil.
Yeah, back-to-back errors are very similar ones. And the last thing you want to do is actually give Argentina any momentum, but also get those side outs quicker, get Bianchi back front court quicker than he needs to. If they can capitalise here and get a few more points.
Oh, off the hands, net touch. Looked as though the captain had made a great touch backcourt. Luca. Do go from backcourt. And they do make it stick.
You can hear that ball just thud into the ground here. And this is where Bianchi will be dangerous if they do bring him into that pipe attack, just on the options of where he can go.
Started to make the changes. Kaini's come in. Oh, over on two. That's how you do it.
Doesn't try to force it, just lets the ball do the work here. The blocker now has to really start to think now where to go on that ball that's high. The setters now put a benchmark out here in the second set.
Good block touch. Comes back on Argentina's side. Oh, is that going to go? Yes, it is. Well played. Well, everything is going to Bianchi, and it's becoming a little bit obvious. Brazil are thriving in the moment.
They're forcing that set as well. You can see he was tight at the net and tries to send the ball back on the pipe, but actually sent it too deep. And Bianchi gets that from behind his head.
Lucas. The lead extending. It's gone from 5 points to 7 points. The coach trying to play defense. Sorry, coach, doesn't count. Juan Manuel Alonso. Marco Bianchi. A little bit less effective in this second set, and well, everyone from Brazil just so effective, so clinical.
Well, Lorenzo this time, he's worked that ball cross-court a few times. The block's held in, and you can see the block holding in on the cross-court angle, so the line shot opens up. He takes that nicely.
Six-point game. Well, those are the kind of block touches that really worked for Argentina in the first set. Oh, great touch. Great pickup, though. The pancake from Pedro. Bianchi with a defensive touch. Ganino can't offer much of a set. So, the DJ got excited. He can press play now. It's into the net from Alonso.
Brazil can't do anything about that. They weren't happy with the pancake. Bianchi thinks the ball was down. Turns straight away to his coach, but they've used their challenges up.
Oh, yeah. Brutal.
That's just a tired, weary tip that was.
Well, they need to be careful here, Argentina, because no matter how well they play, it's highly unlikely that they win this set. At what point do you start thinking about bringing out your captain? Because he's putting himself everywhere here. He's offering himself for every ball. The last thing you want is to really get into a 4-5 set dogfight and for his tank to be empty.
Well, some good evasive maneuvers there to get out of that one.
Yes.
Almost Matrix style, that was.
Yeah, Juan Manuel Alonso testing exactly how flexible his knees and hips are to get out of the way of that. Here's Juan Batista Alonso. Ouch. Goodbye.
That's what we were talking about earlier on, about waiting for that ball. Yeah, wait for that ball to come over. Makes that net look really small, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, Raphael, welcome to the game. What a position to come in. Oh, well played, Bianchi.
There's no celebration this time. It's just job done, straight back to the service line. Got a job to do here. The gap is only 5. It's not that far away if they can get 1 or 2 points on the next couple of service rotations.
What's really interesting is it feels as though Argentina's level has dropped. Bianchi really leans into that serve.
Now the referee's making a call here. This is the referee's challenge.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Enzo's gone cross court. We don't have line judges now. And if the referee's not sure, they can challenge. And confirmation that the ball is in. And that's actually a good shout from the referee as well, because if the referee isn't sure, if she gives it to Brazil, then she knows that Argentina can't challenge. So that's good refereeing. And it's also a great shot as well. Breakpoint opportunity. Oh, so good. So good. They're just out muscling Argentina, aren't they, in this second set?
We saw that little bit of lull. We saw that lull a few minutes ago where Argentina just started being in control of the rallies. But now we just see it a little bit, Brazil slowing the pace down and then putting that ball nice and high and just working the ball well.
That's a rare error from Brazil. That was another chance to go again. But, oh, wow. It just tees up Lucas to make a huge one-on-one block in the middle.
I was about to say, sometimes Argentina haven't necessarily got the ball on the setter's head where they need it. When this time they do. And unfortunately, Lucas just reads that to his left-hand side so well.
Nazare, the unfortunate recipient. Enzo. Oh, they've done it again. Brutal blocking from Brazil.
It was a bit of Wesley Snipes leaving his hand there, wasn't there, from White Men Can't Jump.
Enzo. Well, that has somehow found the floor from Alonso. Not even sure he was expecting it to.
Brazil just seems to like switch off ever so slightly then.
Yeah.
Remember, we were talking at 11-16, saying it's only a couple of points that Argentina need.
Yeah.
But how quick it could change the other way around. Look at the difference now.
Luka comes into the game. 3 hits for him, serves the ball long. I think the best thing for Argentina here is for this set to end pretty quickly. They've never, ever recovered from that really poor start. Well, Brazil need to be careful here because they're going to win this set. The last thing they want to do is allow Argentina to build any momentum into set number 3.
That's a real steep angle. You can see him checking back to 5.
Oh, and an ace service. There we go. Oh, and it's over! What a scramble! Oh, they've come back with the block.
Well, Argentina switched
Lucas
off
is on fire. Argentina are just helpless, and now they're going to get a yellow card to top it all off.
Well, you see the assistant coach jumping up there as well, and they just switched off at that point. Until the ball's down, until the referee blows the whistle, you just got to keep playing. You can't do that. Yes, you might be frustrated, but you've still got to play the point.
Yeah, so the yellow card shown to the captain. Referee not happy with the reaction. I was about to say unfortunately, but I think maybe fortunately we don't have a microphone to hear the particular exchange between the young captain and the first referee. But isn't it funny that with the score at 21-15 as it was then, Argentina make a great block. They go into the middle here and they score. If Brazil had made that block and the players had been in exactly the same position, Argentina wouldn't have scrambled that ball over.
Yeah.
Volleyball is just a crazy sport when momentum is with you. And Enzo keeps the train rolling. It's back round to Pedro. We've got this party started for Brazil in the second set. What have been the main differences in the way that they've played and the reasons they've managed to pull away in this set, Mark?
It's the block. They've got 4 blocks that's come into this, and that's just made Argentina have to switch their angles a little bit what they're doing. They haven't Argentina then haven't put the ball away, which means Brazil have now outscored on attacks. So they're leading 11-8 on attacks and 4-0 on the blocks.
And they think they've picked up another ace here with Pedro. He thinks he's whipped one to the corner. Oh, he has as well.
It's about as perfect. Yeah, but the graphics aren't quite right there for what is actually happening.
Yeah, that was a brilliant serve, a great ace. Pedro serving. Game changer. Eight set points. 7 set points. He's just served an ace. Let the boy have a rip.
Yes, 5th service error of the set for Brazil. To give it their 2 aces.
First time we have seen Moyano today. For the sets. Job done. Lorenzo finishes. He is Brazil's top scorer. And after a lackluster first set, it has been a very impressive second set for Brazil. And the race for the bronze medal, the race for the first spot on the podium is well and truly on.
Well, you mentioned about... Sorry, you mentioned about Lorenzo being the top point scorer for them. Alonso's on 10 at the Bianchi. But then after that, you have to go the way down, and there's hardly anybody from Argentina scoring, where there's numbers across the board for Brazil all the way down with 3 points. And there's the reason why this set, those block counts and those attacking points all scored for them.
Let's take a look at some highlights. Join us for set number 3. Boys under-17 FIVB World Championship bronze matches locked at 1 apiece. Argentina looked good in the first set. Brazil looked very good in the second. Mark Perkins, what happens now?
It's a race to 3 now, isn't it? It goes back to the old school volleyball, a 3-set game. I think for Argentina now, it's finding that confidence there. They've got to learn how to reset now. What that's done, and in the VNL we talk to all the coaches. They say, right, you reset now. The score is 0-0 because it quite literally is 0-0 effective for them. And when they go again on this left side, maybe that is their lucky side. They had a really good start in the first set, as did Brazil. They've got the fans by the side of them as well, behind them. That could make a big difference, especially at this age, knowing that the voices they've got coming over their shoulder on the outside courts are there for them, not Brazilians cheering them on. Could make a big difference as well.
It all remains to be seen. And are we going to have a set where both teams are at their top level and we get the proper arm wrestle? Both sets have been won at this end of the court. That man is on 9 points. He is the only member of the ABS club currently. Lorenzo and Alonso attacking really well, both with 9 attack points each. But as you alluded to at the end of the second set, there's a real spread of the scorers for Brazil. 3 players doing all the heavy lifting for Argentina. Argentina serving first in the third set. What a start. Bianchi rips an ace. Big game player.
Well, they need him to be that player.
Oh, can't follow it up. That's fine.
It's almost a carbon copy of the first set, isn't it? That Bianchi got the first point, the next serve then went sailing along.
Oh, a block by Brazil. It's so good. What's been the change, Mark? Because Argentina were really able to work that block in the first set, but in 2 and 3, Brazil have just got on top of it.
Well, it's because Argentina are using the middle more when they've not had Bianchi to go to. They've gone down the middle a little bit more option, and unfortunately, they can't find the gap here.
Vieira has worked that well. Brazil making more blocks. This is a really tough nut for Argentina to crack. But they managed to crack it this time.
Well, Alonso, very similar to Bianchi in that first set, had 3 attempts. Vieira kept going back to him, trying to work Lucas, the middle blocker. He has to run back to the middle. Doesn't know where he's going to go, left, right, or to the middle to him. So it is kind of tiring out that middle blocker. Such a hard job being a middle blocker on situations like that.
It is a hard job, although Lucas doing a good job of it until then. And that's a really important one for Argentina to get back.
Yeah, Lucas will be a little bit disappointed. He's had a few more swings here where he's gone more to 5 than to 1 this time. He's just tried to come across the top of the ball and chopped it his own side.
So Ganino serving into the net. Yeah, the Brazilian middles, they've made 6 blocks between them. Getting a bit of a taste of their own medicine there. Lorenzo. Vieira opts for the bump. What Argentina don't want to do is make a whole host of hitting errors. Oh, another block by Argentina. Artur, the victim.
And again, Alonso this time is the man on that left-hand side who's got the press and angling that back in onto court. Not a lot of room to work with there.
Well, well, well. Between serving errors and hitting errors, Brazil aren't having to work too hard for their points. Which will be frustrating for Argentina. Wasn't far off. They're looking to the coach here to maybe challenge this for ball in, ball out. But he waves it away.
Right decision, I think, for the coach.
Juan Manuel Alonso. Both Alonso boys on 10 points now, and Brazil back in blocking business.
The timing, the precision for Brazil is so nice. Just seeing that movement. And again, a little nod coming in from Lucas. A waggle of the finger.
Well, he's on 5 blocks now. He's having a great day. Oh, no stopping that. Woohoo!
That thumb has been dropped well and truly, gone on the angle. But now that's the first time I've really seen him unload with that power.
Yeah. Get it past the block before it can do any damage. 6-6, proper arm wrestle. Yakutsi. That one tipped up and over the block, so Vera was forced to bump it again. Oh, that took a touch. And Luca puts Brazil ahead.
Both teams there not looking to get the strike away too early. And it does get a fortuitous touch off the block and out of play.
That's Luca up to 4 points now. Oh, free ball. Breakpoint opportunity. These have been few and far between. And that one is taken by Lucas.
That's his first point scored through swings. He's got those 5 blocks you mentioned. That's his first attack point scored. Do you see how he moves out wide, gets that step wide, so he gets that almost shoot set, that B set out wide, gets the left-hand side of the block, puts it away.
Oh, Luca has extended the lead. 9-6 now. And these little moments here where you can pick up these break points. It feels like it becomes a bit more like senior men's volleyball then, where the side out is easy, but finding the break point opportunities is more and more difficult. So Argentina to make a change. Briozzi is coming in, outside hitter. That's a slightly different picture. Vera taking it early. And that's the reason why. Lovely ball in, crushed by Lucas.
His first one went to the left-hand side a couple of points ago, and this one drops the thumb. A delightful hammer of an arm coming in.
Let's see what he can do from the service line. 2 attacks and 5 blocks now. Has he got an ace to join the club? No, Argentina's turn to go to the middle. That's dug well. Push back court by Pedro. Lorenzo. Now Vera with options. Oh, Luca doesn't set himself. It was a heavy hand by Bianchi.
Well, Pedro tried earlier on, tried to push that ball deep to the corner in 5. And it's good then that Argentina were able to distribute that ball back to this right-hand side, on the near side where the second referee is. And working that block, finding the gaps in the block.
Two ace serves for Bianchi. Oh. He's not going to die wondering, is he? Now Pedro served really well.
Ooh, that wasn't far away.
It's really tough to read how much velocity he's going to put on the ball, isn't he? He's got those speed changes off the serve that work really well. Ganino. Less used middle blocker, just the 1 point for him. And now other Lucas is getting in on the action.
Keeps that ball up, that chest high. Again, going to that left-hand side. That's where he had the error earlier on. It's just nice to recorrect that.
Lorenzo. Iacuzzi.
Position where we look at the stats thing here. Bianchi, Alonso, and Alonso are on 13, 10, and 10, so 33 points. Yeah. But then they don't have anybody else scoring any points until you get to Iacuzzi down the bottom at 2, where Brazil have them staggering from 9 all the way down to 3.
And they've got 8 scorers as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, players coming off the bench, coming into the game, making an impact.
Also makes it easier for the Brazilian block if they know that they're the 3 key players they're going to. They're able to get that discipline, that find that form.
And amazingly, the 2 middles are their 2nd and 3rd highest scorers. Oh, how good is that? By Luca.
Well, that shoulder coming right over the top of the ball. He's not as big as the likes of Lorenzo, but this is all about that contact point, hitting through the ball.
Now Enzo, 6 points for him, all attack points, serves it shorter. Argentina take advantage. Iacuzzi. That's taken a touch, and Argentina can keep it in. It's just eased over. They're still in the point. Ooh, is there a touch on it? Yes. No real complaints from Argentina, who started to try and sell the fabrication. But referee says no dice. Despite the service error, still a couple of point lead for Brazil. Effectively, it's 2 break points.
Argentina do have the full complement front court of attackers now, with Vera going back to serve.
And a breakpoint opportunity now. Oh, well up. Lorenzo, this would be big. Oh, it is big.
We go back to those back-to-back errors he had down the line. Once he's gone back to that tried and tested cross court, and the block drags across, then he can go back down the line. But this is just what Lorenzo has so well.
Setter change then. Quaini coming back into the game wearing number 1. Diminutive setter. Not Sanchez Pages diminutive, but not a big guy. That's well played off the hands. Really done with that point before to get back within 1. They're still very much chasing the game.
Even at this level, the height of the setter, the contact point is still important for the attackers to start to notice that the ball's going to come different with their timing. So the repetitions they've had in training are so important here to find that connection.
Good pass. Oh, and Lorenzo finishes it off. It's just great volleyball from the Brazilians.
Argentina scrambling. Middle didn't get across at all. Was staggered, didn't know whether to go to Lucas or not.
Net touch. Net touch by Argentina.
Just want to hold that. He's on his way down, the tip there, and he thinks he can get it. But on your way down, you just kind of lose that momentum of your body position.
Right, timeout called. Brazil in charge again. Well, what started as the closest set we've seen yet has stretched out very much in favour of Brazil. A lot of it is to do with this man, Lorenzo, who is the hot hand on court.
All out 12 points for Lorenzo on that left-hand side. Again, you keep feeding until he no, not to. You've got other options.
Service error, but just look at the score. They can afford to really try and turn the screw from the baseline.
I want to see Brazil here as well. Now they've got this 4-point lead, is how they can grab hold of that set now and start to push it, not allow back in and go, right, we've got it as a comfortable cushion, we're okay, but actually to go, no, let's take this one, let's push them all the way.
Nazare has come on to serve in place of Ganino. How on earth have Brazil not only kept that ball up, but recycled it and given themselves an opportunity and taken that opportunity? Oh, my word.
Well, it looked like Lorenzo was going to be shut out completely on that first swing. The block was so nice, it was coming so steep in. Quick reactions from this brilliant defense. Alexa Enzo coming in tight underneath. A nice, clever shot down the line this time from Lorenzo.
Yeah, popping up on the right-hand side. Quaini. Oh, they've picked it up again. Luca, well, runs into trouble. Jacuzzi makes the block. It's a great block too.
Well, didn't really get himself back in position, couldn't really find the run up. This one just hit this one's a little bit steep into the hands. He wasn't either going for the hands or he wasn't going down the side. He just went into almost the trunks of the arms, not the branches. Ooh.
They're after a centre line fault, so it has to be the whole foot over all of the line. No, the heel's down.
That's when he lifts it up as well. Does it go?
Oh. Yes. Yes, it's a good appeal in the end. Some of this Brazilian defense, though. Wow. Efforts on efforts on efforts.
It's that reaction time as well. Remember, of course, only 9x9 isn't on your side. You've got a split second to react where that ball is coming through at the speed. We see this at the top level. From the service line, you only have a short reaction time. But not only doing that, but to get the ball up and then to get it on set ahead and then to get back in position to attack as well is...
Oh, what? Lucas sends one to Spike Town.
But it's all about the set here. Really nice control. That one hand just gives Lucas enough height on the ball. He's so tall. He doesn't need it shooting across here. Just gives it a little bit of a touch just to keep it up and also moving away from the middle blocker.
(21-16), Rafael back to serve. Vera off the net, tough to conjure anything up from there, and well, Alonso shows us exactly how tough it is.
And you can see trying to find that gap between Luca and the antenna to go down the line.
Rafael. Oh, there you go.
Unfortunately, just too far between in this set for Argentina.
Briozzi. Everything Brazil touch. It's right now, and this is going to be a tough fourth set for Argentina. I mean, the third set isn't done yet. Stranger things have happened, but this would be particularly strange. Great serve. Oh, no.
Well, that kind of summarizes it, doesn't it, there and then.
Yep. The libero, DeMarco, and the captain, Bianchi. Unable to decide whose was whose, and Brazil serve their set point into the net. Set points. 24-18. Any side out will do it for Brazil. Can Argentina keep hope alive for 1 point more? It's into transition. Oh, what a swing. It had to be Lorenzo. He is some young player. And it's him and his team who are now 2 sets to 1 up in the quest for the bronze medal.
Well, it's interesting. We started off talking about how important the likes of the opposite Arthur was going to be as the top point scorer, but they know they've got 1 or 2 players that they can rely on, and when that arm is working well, like it is with Lorenzo, they're going to keep using. I'm sure we'll hear more from the likes of the 2 Lucas through the middle, Luca, and also Arthur later on. But that is what happened here in this set. 13-8 on the attacks. We also look at the error count coming in from Argentina.
Brazil lead by 2-1. They're 1 set away from the podium. Argentina, well, the job hasn't changed. They still have to win 3, and there's still potentially 2 to go. Well, there's been a massive momentum shift. It was all Argentina in set number 1. Since then, Brazil have control of fixture. But we do know that things can happen. Things can change. See quickly. What do Argentina need to change, do you think, Mark?
It's almost been a single approach here. We talked about Bianchi on those 15 points and the 2 Alonsos on 11 and 10. But they just need to find that variety across the board to start to work this Brazilian block and get the gaps in. Even if they run a middle a couple of times and get either the ball in transition or get shut out, but at least start to draw the 2 Lucases through the middle to get some isolation, get some one-on-ones, because then Argentina can be more aggressive on the pins, which is just not seeing at the moment. But also, Brazil on the other side have done what we asked them to do there. They have closed that out. They have forced Argentina into the game and asked them questions.
The main question that Argentina need to answer is, can they win the 2 remaining sets? If so, they will have a bronze medal. If not, they will leave the boys under 17 FIVB World Championships as the 4th place team in the world, which would have sounded pretty appealing after they lost 2 of their 3 games in the pool phase. But now it'll be heartbreak.
Sorry, I was going to say, especially after beating Italy and Poland coming into this. All right, Iran was a tough game for them coming down, but they also know how tough this game is against Brazil.
Well, Pedro had a phenomenal start to the 2nd set from the service line. He was the difference maker. So important for Argentina to start well in set number 4, the potentially decisive one. Pedro gets us underway. See a couple of Argentinians really revving their engines, waiting to get started. You've got to be careful not to rev the engines, or not to over-rev the engines, as Bianchi's done there.
Yeah, he started to puff a little bit as well, isn't he? He knows there's a lot going through that right arm of his.
Well, it is something we mentioned in the 2nd set, isn't it? They were making changes, but Bianchi was staying out there. It's a nice recycle by Lorenzo, so they go the other way. Enzo up, blocking. Lucas in the middle, giant.
Well, Enzo didn't quite get the swing he wanted earlier. The set was a little bit too far back for him, so the ball was kept in play. But that block, so well formed. Just the hand contact and pushed down.
Get the serve pushed out wide. Oh, it's another block. This is ominous for Argentina.
Again, Enzo with that positioning on the hands. Watch his position here. as he reaches out, but that ball comes straight back in. Even though the defence is there, not enough time to react. And well, last time on this side, they were 5-0 up, remember?
Well, it's another Pedro service run to start a set. This one doesn't last quite as long, but 3-1, ideal starts for Brazil. Argentina are off the mark now with Ganino back at the service line. It's time to start making statements.
It's only Ganino's point of the game. And that's what we said we needed. They needed more of those options, or give something to make the Brazilian block move.
That's a swing that's taken a touch on the way through. I'm sure it's the contact Lucas wanted. There was plenty of contact on it. Lorenzo, 14 attack points, no blocks, no serves. Oh, now then, this is really worrying for Argentina. Bianchi trying to give it everything, but you wonder how much is left in the tank.
Yeah, second error again, both on that right side. Not necessarily where he's been scoring his points in this game, on that right side.
DeMarco receives the Lorenzo serve. Oh. The volleyball gods very much shining on Brazil, because even when Lucas takes a chunk of net, it finds its way onto the floor.
Well, Pedro does a great job here, being the backcourt setter, rushing in. To be able to get his thumbs underneath that on the reverse set, isn't that easy? Look at that embrace there with the libero and coach. Love that.
Ah, it just continues to go Brazil's way. I mean, Argentina had walked off for the timeout before the timeout had even been called there.
Lorenzo's gone to the top of the point scorers alongside Bianchi now, 15 at ace serve.
Right, Lorenzo, 7-1. Oh, net touch. A net touch digs Argentina out as Brazil thought they made another block.
Well, Mendoza, who's new on here, cuts across his body.
He's a libero by trade, Mendoza. Not only is he on as an outside hitter, he is on in the front row on the left-hand side. We're about to see him go up and try and block.
Well, Argentina thought they had it, didn't they?
Yeah. You've got to believe. You've got to believe. All right, Lucas. So impressed by both of Brazil's middles.
Double figures for Lucas. 7 attacks.
Just all of the block touches, whether they hit the floor or they make Argentina go again. Just having an impact. See an example there. Wasn't a proper roof, wasn't a gadunk, but it's just a valuable touch that makes Argentina make decisions.
Okay, look at the covering position of the Argentinians there. Very upright, nobody down low, and they have to then adjust and drop down to try and get that ball.
We've got a recycle opportunity here. Mendoza straight into the block. It's almost too easy.
Well, Mendoza actually stands at 194, believe it or not. It doesn't look it there, does he? He's 194, but he's tried again to go across the line. So he's facing cross court, swinging down the line into the hands.
I don't doubt the stats, but I'd like to see the measuring tape they used. Oh, lovely tip. Ho, ho, ho. It's a big effort from Brazil. Ha ha. Oh, that's so good from Lucas. And they're playing freely now, aren't they, Brazil? It's almost like an exhibition match. Lucas just playing with that freedom.
Yeah. Argentina gave it everything they could in that first set, but once Brazil got a lead in the second set, they have been in command.
Gets one back for Argentina, but I think we're at the stage now with young players where I'm not even sure that they believe. But they've got to keep playing. Treat every point on its merits, and maybe they can pull off a miracle. Oh, brilliant defense. How good was that? That was Lucas, the middle. Oh, another massive block.
Kuti has no response there when that ball comes straight back at him. Well, Brazil are riding that high wave of confidence right now.
And rightfully so. They are 12-4 up in a set that will see them achieve the bronze medal, but Argentina still have their moments.
And each of these will just start to slow down the momentum from Brazil. They can't worry about the scoreboard at the set count. Just go, right, as you mentioned, each point on its merit. Let's be the best we can be and leave everything on court.
Brazil are being the best that they can be. Oh!
It's the contact point and the swing through here. Oh, inside the 3-meter line.
Absolutely incredible. 13 points to 5 now, Brazil leading. Closing in on their first ever medal at this level. Argentina silver medalists back in 2024. But of course, we can't really look at that in terms of the continuity because completely different set of players. But what it does show is that their pathway is working. Finals 1 year and then semi-finalists with another group 2 years later. Oh, and Lorenzo's just grown into this game.
Well, you see the Brazilian supporters. You see the Brazilian supporters just behind the referee there, all their family and friends all watching on and just enjoying and reveling in this because it's those moments. Sometimes these are memories that will last a lifetime for them all.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it, with this tournament, as Pedro serves again and then makes a brilliant dig. Lorenzo to finish. Of course he does. There are some players on this court who we will see reach the very top, and they will play for their national team. They'll play professionally, might end up in one of the European leagues. There are others for which this will be the pinnacle, and that is the beauty of national team age group sport.
Also shows the challenge of how tough it is to play at that top level.
Yes.
In all sports, there's a funnel of players that are huge for both these countries, but to get to that top level, to play at the elite level, to play at the top level and to represent the country, you are limited to 14, 15 spots of what they've got now. And you've got to oust all the players above you as well, who are already commanding those positions. So.
Volleyball fans, put your hands together right now for Argentina and Brazil.
Just some of the fantastic moments from this set. Back underway. The end is for Argentina. It is one closer. You've got a feel for them, really. They've worked so hard to get to this point in the tournament, and after the first set, they'd have truly believed. But huge credit to these Brazilian players, the way they've dusted themselves off after the disappointment of losing that opening set. But Argentina will not want to go down like this. They'll not want to keep missing the court, keep making errors.
Yeah, the back-to-back errors from Argentina is something they've got to really work on and just think about. But also, that's the fatigue, that's the momentum, that's the emotion, adrenaline running through them that has just caused them to find themselves in this position. Now they find themselves down 18-6.
(18-7). Ganino. One block, 2 attack points for him. No aces. Pedro has to chase after that one. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Right in the postage stamp from Lorenzo.
His contact point, again, we've talked about it all game, both left and now more on the right side here. That right hand comes right over the top of the ball. That's a beautiful high set. Nice in the corner. Lorenzo has been the standout player for Brazil today.
Yeah, he's got something, hasn't he? And then good block touch. Enzo. Off the hands goes Enzo.
Doesn't go for power this time. Knows he's got enough room. The ball is way off the net for him. So he looks for the hands. As he does, just find the outside hand, knocks it away. Brazil are 5 away from a podium finish.
And it's Lorenzo at the service line. 1 ace today. 17 attack points. It's another one for Yakudzi. Just his 4th of the game. Sends Bianchi to the service line, who will genuinely think that he can serve 10 aces in a row. But needs to start with 1, and it needs to be good. Well, opts to play it safe, trusts the men at the net to make a block. Alonso! Oh, Alonso, no! Brazil's blocking in this 4th set. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Bianchi didn't get the feed right in that serve, which is why he had to take something off it. But there you see that contact point from Lucas at the net, why Brazil have been so dominant in these 2nd, 3rd and 4th sets here, is that blocking position, that timing. It has just been a thing of beauty.
Rafael. Pedro. Everything is just joyous for Brazil. Every hammer blow is another nail in the Argentinian coffin.
But the contact point is heads and shoulders. He's going over the top of Yakudzi there on that block. It is stunning.
Enzo, 11 points. The spreader point has been amazing. Lorenzo's pulled away on 18. But both Lucases in the middle have got 11. Enzo has got 11. And then Luca has got 6. Pedro 3. Artur, who we've not really seen since the beginning of the game, has 3.
And he's their top point scorer in the competition as well.
Incredible.
I think they wanted. He was on 98 points going into this game, so I think they want to get him over 100. They go, right, okay, you have a rest now. We'll get everybody else to start to score some points now.
Well, D. Lucas has made 4 blocks. A. Lucas, 7 blocks today. Those 2 middles have been gargantuan. (10-22). That's a good effort to keep that ball off the floor. Oh, Pedro, what a set. Well, a great chase. And again, but not enough to get the ball over the net. It's not been for lack of efforts on the Argentinian side.
They had a long way to run there. This sports hall in Doha is massive. And they used every inch of it, didn't they then? They've used this arena quite a lot for the Challenge Cups back in the day as well. So it's held some really, really good big events here.
There are some incredible venues across the sport. I remember they built some venues, especially for the Handball World Championships back in 2015. And things have evolved so much since then.
As we said, some of these players are having this experience for the very first time of tournament volleyball, to feel what it's like to go away and actually have all this time to play these back-to-back games at this high level in an environment like this with some of the best referees in the world and the best performances that they're putting on as well.
Well, it's a great attempt, of course, to make it a global game. Ahmed and Sharif have been representing Qatar. In fact, they were recognized at the AVC Gala Awards recently. Very nice young men they were, Mark.
You did a very good job, may I say.
Hang time. What a way to bring up bronze medal points.
Look at Lucas's movement here. It's just incredible. Like I said, if you wear Luke...
Oh, go on.
I was going to say, like I said earlier, if you wear Lucas on the back of your shirt, a middle attacker, actually, you can hold your head high. You are in good company here.
Well, he can be proud of his performance today. 7 blocks. Some great attack points. The coach has hooked him for bronze medal point, which I'm sure he'll be absolutely okay with. Luan is coming in at 24-12 to try and see this one home. Brazil bouncing back beautifully from yesterday's disappointment to end the tournament with a smile on their faces. How long can Argentina keep this game alive? How long can they keep this ball in the air? Bianchi, it's into transition. Pedro goes to the middle. Oh, brilliant up. Great effort. Bianchi again. Oh, one medal point saved.
Well, you wouldn't put it past that ball being put away through the middle, would you?
No.
By Lucas. But credit to Bianchi here. He has ground away again. He's led his team well.
Lorenzo. Oh, well played, Pedro. Lorenzo.
Oh, touch on the block.
Brazil are bronze medalists. They're on the podium in the Boys U17 World Championships for the first time. This time yesterday, they'd have been hoping for gold, but as you can see from the coaches, from the players, from the performance, from the reaction, this means absolutely everything to this group. Huge congratulations. They played beautifully throughout the tournament. They faced adversity, not just in their semi-final defeat, but in losing the first set against Argentina today. But they've done it. They've done it. They've come back. They've won. And they will be on the podium as the bronze medalists in the Boys U17 World Championships in Doha.
Do you know what? As good as game they've had, as amazing the blockers have been, and as powerful the hitters have been, that then was my favourite moment of the game. That's what the sport was all about. Just the emotions, not just of the kids. I call them kids, they're under 17, but the adults, the coaches on the side, the tears in their eyes. That is just what it's all about. That's what it means.
Well, there are 2 different sets of tears, aren't they? The volleyball net is the split between the yin and the yang, the joy of Brazil, the disappointment for Argentina. It's been a different tournament for them. They have grafted so hard. They have squeezed every drop of talent out of this group, and to bounce back from 2 pool defeats to give themselves a chance at glory, they deserve a huge, huge amount of credit. It was not to be for them today, but they can hold their heads high as the 4th best team in the world at under 17 level. But yeah, there is something particularly joyous and particularly cruel about these bronze medal finals, aren't there, Mark?
But that's what sport's about as well, isn't it? And unfortunately, there has to be something go against one of the teams here. While we'll always look at those, we'll then take the learnings from Argentina, see what they take on board, how they come back. Some of these will play again next year in the next under-17 tournament. Some are young enough to do so. Some will move on. As you said, some may not make it at a higher level. But to come back from Brazil, that mental support from Brazil was brilliant in that second set. That 5-0 up was great.
Brazil have done it by 3 sets to 1. They are the FIVB Junior World Championship bronze medalists. They've done it against their rivals, Argentina. It's a rivalry that'll rumble on in Rever. Wherever you've been watching, thank you for your company. Mark Perkins, thank you for your company. We will be back in an hour to see who will become the under-17 world champions, who will be joining Brazil on the podium, and in what order. It's France versus Islamic Republic of Iran, and we will see you then. Goodbye.